Welcome everybody to Tesla Mojo. So I am recording the audio post today because I tried out a new microphone during the beta drive we're about to watch, and unfortunately none of my audio was captured. So I'm gonna have to do a voiceover during this, but I first want to say thanks everybody for tuning in. I know it's been some time since I recorded a video, but I had to take off a couple days for the Cyber Roundup and got kind of backed up at my full-time job. So let's go ahead and watch the video. So here we go. We are starting out first. What we're going to do is we're going to go through there's a three roundabouts that are not too far from where I live. So I like to go through those and also a couple other interesting areas. So as we get to this first roundabout, um, it's looking good. It breezes right through, slows down appropriately, um, and go through. Oh, and we're actually doing a turnaround here to go the other way. So FSD Beta handled that just fine. Um, Now, as we get through this, I'd like to remind everybody that if you see the blue steering wheel in the bottom right, that means that FSD Beta is engaged, and if it is disengages, it'll move to the top of the screen and turn gray. Also, FSD Beta is not fully autonomous. I'm 100% attentive. I was 100% attentive during this drive and was ready to take over at any time. So as we get to the second roundabout, it slows down quite a bit. And looking at this, it did look like there was a phantom car off to the right, so wasn't really sure why it slowed down at that point, but um, it, I've had some times where it goes right through. So we're coming off to the second roundabout. It moves straight through, nice and comfortable, just as expected. So as we can see, it is about sundown here. Luckily, the clouds are covering the sun, so we don't have any glare. But as we move through here, we're going to also turn to the left, and it's going to be not quite a Chuck Cook style left turn. It's only 2 lanes, but still, it's 45 mph speed limit, and many people go 55 miles per hour. So it can be difficult to do this turn. All right, we move into that left turn lane. We have a lead car. So, hey, this is not 10.69. This is 10.12.2. I'm not in the first round of people. So we see here autopilot creeping forward. I do have some cars coming from the left and the right. I do recall that. And we have one here that is making a left turn to the road I'm on. We have another car there coming from the left. So right after, there's another car coming off to the right. It's a little hesitation there, but does it just fine. So yeah, this is 10.12.2. I wasn't in the first wave. I'm not a Class A FSD beta tester, maybe not yet. Now here comes another part where I've seen it have an issue. So here we have one lane that merges into two, but it likes to stay in that left turn lane. So here I hit the turn stalk, so it'll move over to the right. So now, once we get to not quite the end of this road, but or to the next main intersection, we're going to take a left turn, and turn around because coming the other way, it's even more interesting. So we have coming the other way, instead of one lane turning into many or two, we have 2 lanes that are turning into one, and that one lane is actually on the left. So Beta doesn't do a great job merging off to the left, even though there are markings on the road that say merge. But just as it starts to merge, there's also an opening. So we're taking this left turn, no cars coming on. Let's go ahead and turn around. All right, so now we have put in our destination. We're making a right turn here. Just one car coming up, but it does it just fine, nice and comfortable and natural. So as we move here down the road, you'll see what I'm talking about. I normally turn on the left turn signal here in a little bit to merge over to the left, but if I'm in that if in that left lane, Beta wants to get into the right lane right about here. It'll turn on that right turn signal. Now, I do have some cars coming up behind me on the left, and they're not passing me. They see what's happening here, because honestly a lot of human drivers. So you see that there's a break in that merge there, which really confuses FSD Beta. But I see human drivers mess this up. So I'm going to disengage right up here because it gets a bit too close to this RAV4, or sorry, Honda CRV, and re-engage. So another issue I've seen as well, and which happens here, is that Beta takes absolutely too long to get into this right turn lane. This is the right turn lane we need to take to get back to those roundabouts. Now, I've also noticed that if there's a lead car, whether that lead car is directly in front of me, or if that lead car is in that right turn lane, Beta takes some time to move over. Now, if it's completely empty in front of me, it'll get over to into the right turn lane, no problem. So here we come to the first roundabout. So it for me, this entrance to the roundabout is a little tricky because it's almost like it doesn't know it's a roundabout until the very last second. It doesn't slow down quite as appropriately. But I've gone through this one enough times that I know what it's gonna do, and I know it'll do it safely. It could just be a little bit jarring, say if it's at night or if it's raining. But otherwise, it's just fine. So here we come up to the second roundabout. We have a truck off on the right. Beta's doing okay, slowing down, but then slows down a little bit too much, and I hit the accelerator here just so I'm not blocking them. All right, coming to this third roundabout. We do have a car on the left, but they're going straight, and FSD Beta goes through just fine. Maybe a little slow. I do have that truck behind me here, but it accelerates just fine. But after this roundabout, he did start tailgating me a little aggressively. So this is about my turnaround. So let's go ahead and turn around. All right, so I have the same destination in as previously. So we can go through all three roundabouts, make that left turn, that unprotected left turn, go through the intersection again. So it's creeping here for visibility. There's nobody coming, and it goes. So this is something I've also seen coming this way, especially to this first roundabout. FSD Beta will always slow down. It will never go straight through this roundabout at this entrance unless I hit the accelerator. So there's no one around me at this point, and I'm already expecting it, and FSD Beta slows down nearly to a stop, down to 4 miles per hour there, but does eventually go through. I don't know if it's the vegetation that's blocking it or what, but it always does it at that roundabout. Now, as we come up to the second roundabout, you'll also notice that it slows down as well. I don't have the issue as often on this roundabout, but last time I saw a phantom truck or a van on the right. This time I don't see one. So I'm not really sure why FSD Beta slowed down so aggressively. And, just for the trifecta here, FSD Beta as well slows down on this roundabout pretty aggressively down to or pretty much a stop down to that 1 mile per hour. So not really sure what was going on with Beta coming this way, but it stopped at all three roundabouts. But let's go ahead and get up to that left turn. All right, we merge into the left turn lane. Don't have a lead car this time. And goes ahead, comes up to the stop line. There is a car coming to the right, but it's far enough away that if autopilot is nice and aggressive, or not even aggressive, just confident, it is. It is actually quite confident on this turn. It makes it just fine. So as we come to this intersection now for the second time during this drive, I just know it's going to happen. So I give it a second and I preemptively hit the right turn signal to get off into or out of that turn lane. I just know what it's going to do, and I do have a car behind me that is now getting into the right turn lane to pass. So I didn't want to stay in the left turn lane and try to merge over and possibly get in the way of that driver. So here we're going to come up to the left and do another turnaround. All right, we got a left turn, no cars incoming, and it takes it flawlessly. Okay, let's go ahead and turn around. All right, we have our destination in. But we're not going to go all the way to the destination. We're just going to take this one, go through that intersection where it merges from 2 to 1 and make a right turn. And we're going to go ahead and close out the video. So we do have, once again, some cars behind us to the left, and many times cars go, quite, I wouldn't say quite a bit over the speed limit, but they go about 10 over the speed limit, go 55. But luckily this time, the cars behind me kind of stayed in that same speed range as I am and didn't creep up on me. So I felt pretty comfortable letting FSD Beta, kind of try out this intersection again, although I'm pretty confident what it's going to do at this time. So we have our merge markings. You can see that that merge cuts off right here, and Beta has no clue what to do right here. It does have those it does have its left turn signal on, but I decide I hit the accelerator here to make sure I don't back up the cars behind me. But I don't disengage. I thought I disengaged, but I don't. So now we get into this right turn lane. As you can see, there's no lead cars, and FSD Beta goes over into that turn lane almost immediately with no issues. So we're going to go ahead and take this right turn. You can see someone crossing the road there. Did see him. Not sure I saw the dog though. But as just want to wrap up this video first by saying thank you so much for everybody for subscribing. I know a lot of you subscribed at the Cyber Roundup, and I really appreciate it. You could be anywhere on the internet right now, but you decided to spend a little bit of time here with me and FSD Beta, and I really appreciate it. Tesla Mojo out.